It was just the unknown was probably the hardest bit. When we found out we were at Weatherby, and when we got to the race course, it was basically we were told when we got there, news was that after today we're finished till we don't know when. So it was just the unknown, not knowing what's going to happen, how the money's going to come in, are we going to get covered by the government or the racing industry, or and then it was just the other concern was how's it going to affect racing? Are we going to financially, is racing going to stay stable, or is it going to go under? So that was another big worry.
Yeah. And how did you sort of fill the days when obviously you had no horses to ride? That's your day job. How did you sort of keep yourself occupied?
Different things. I'm lucky. I've got. I've recently had my brother living with me. He moved in before lockdown, so I had him there, and I had my girlfriend there. So I played a bit of Xbox, watched TV, drunk plenty of beer, just the normal sort of thing, really. Went walking, done bits and bobs around the countryside. I was lucky enough. The town I live in's, it's very country orientated, so I was able to get out and get a lot of fresh air as well.
Yeah. And across the board, what impact do you think the whole situation has had and is still having on the mental health issue sort of within the industry of racing? I mean, we've seen Liam Treadwell tragically take his own life a couple of months ago. Obviously, got to remain sort of careful around this. But do you know anyone personally who's struggled in particular over the last couple of months?
Not so much. I think one of the big problems with the racing sport is jump jockeys. You're kind of bred to try and be tough, or to be tough, because you need to take falls and get kicked and break bones and sort of be able to get up and sort of half try and get on with it. So I think the problem is in racing, the mental side, because people's trying to live up to this sort of being tough and hard man sort of thing, they don't often talk out about their issues. So I've not really spoke to anyone as such about it, but I know a few people that have gave sort of signs that they might be struggling a little bit with just the same sort of thing, maybe, financial, how they lost a lot of money, and they don't know what sort of rides they're going to be getting. And it's maybe when racing started, it was very slow in getting going. So you were limited to certain runners and races and one meeting a day. So people weren't getting the rides that they normally get because all jockeys were in the one place. And I think that played a massive part in people's mental health as well, because, they're used to getting a few rides and getting a bit of money in the door, but now they were struggling to get rides at all.
Yeah, obviously we've seen Jetford jockeys do quite a lot in terms of tackling that stigma that you talk about, where mental health isn't really talked about as openly maybe in other industries, because obviously you say jump jockeys are supposed to be tough. Do you think that needs to change though for the sort of better for the sport?
Definitely, yeah. I think there's no doubt about it that speaking out makes things better. It doesn't matter what sport or what walk of life you're in. I think it's if you speak out, I'm not saying it's always going to work, but 9 times out of 10 you'll get to the bottom of it. There'll always be someone there to help you, and especially in racing, there's a lot of people there to help you in racing, but no one either people don't know about it or they don't use it, which I think's quite a worrying thing. So I think we probably as a sport need to do a little bit more, just to promote it and try and make people feel comfortable. And I know the IJF and PGA and all, and they're all doing a great job and they're trying to do things. But I think as jockeys, I think some jockeys have maybe got to speak out a bit more and sort of try and help people.
Yeah. And now yourself, obviously, as we spoke before I started recording this, you're unfortunately injured at the moment with a broken leg, but hopefully you'll be back on a race course soon. But initially, how frustrating was it when you've had so much time off earlier in the year, which is of no fault of your own,